Hey, my name is Carl Stocksley and welcome to the first session of technical webinars. This time we will deploy the first single sign-on integration using Google Apps as service provider. Okay, let's start. In this webinar we will explore how to authenticate Google Apps with an existing identity provider. We will first sync the identity provider with Google Apps and then configure it with the SAML server in order to work as an interface and to manage persisting user sessions. It's important to mention that SAML protocol validates that the user that is authenticated on the identity provider must already exist on the service provider. This is why newly created or deleted users on the identity provider must be synced with the service provider. The mail and username are the main fields to be synced. The password synchronization between identity provider and service provider is not really necessary, because once SSO is enabled on Google Apps, the platform will always redirect to the SAML server login form, and then the user will only ever authenticate to the identity provider. In this webinar, we will use OpenIM, a powerful open source access management solution. One of the principal features is that it provides the user with a web interface to configure and access the platform. OpenIM has a Google Apps wizard in which you can configure SSO settings step by step. Okay, let's start. On this example, we will connect Google Apps to an OpenLDAP server through OpenIM. If you have not already installed OpenIM, please follow the second webinar titled Installing OpenIM. Once we have installed OpenIM, we will access the admin web portal and follow the following steps. Login with admin credentials. On Common Tasks tab, click on Create Hosted Identity Provider. Select the option Test on the Singing Key field. Write a circle name, in this example we'll put Test as name, and click on Configure button. Then click on the Configure Google Apps link, add your Google Apps domain, and click on Create button. SSO links and certificate were generated. Download the certificate. Now we will open a new tab in the browser and we'll go to admin.google.com. Now we'll navigate to Security, Advanced, and set up Single Sign-On. Now we'll upload the downloaded certificate and copy and paste the URL provided on the OpenIM tab. Check the options. Enable single sign-on and use a domain-specific issue. We will return to OpenIM tab and go back to Dashboard. Click on Access Control, click on Top Level Realm, click on Authentication, and on Module Instances, click on New. Type a name and click on OK. Click on the generated module instance and configure the main settings of your LDAP server. If you have not yet configured an OpenLDAP server, you can follow the Installing OpenLDAP guide. Then save and click, and back authentication. On Authentication tab, click on All Core Settings. Change user profile to dynamic and save. Now we will create a data store using most of the information